Alright, here's what I'm working with. This is raw cowhide. So it's raw hide, but it's from a cow. And this was provided by the instructors Mark Hansen and Ian Andrews at the Northhouse Folk School to use as traditional or natural bindings. And here is my already pre-tanned kind of, I think this is deer hide. That, although it's pretty strong, it's really stretchy. And this is rawhide, and rawhide is basically untanned skin, from deer, elk, buffalo, etc., etc. And what you do is you scrape the flesh side, and then you scrape off the hair, and you let it dry. And there's natural glues in the hide. That's how glue is made. Usually, when they say we'll send a horse to the glue farm, they basically just take the sinew and the skin and tendons and stuff and boil them down to make hide glue. And so the glue and the fibers get hard. And right now, when it dries, right now it's wet and moist, and so it's nice and floppy and pliable. And I did a circular cut to create my 5/8 to 1.5 inch width of rawhide here. The tanning process is when you add an emulsifier to keep the fibers together. That's usually some tannins like bark, or when there's brain tan, that's the brain matter. Egg yolks can be used, soap, etc. And then the leather becomes soft and pliable, very similar to this. But right now this is raw hide, and what will happen is we're going to lace these through. We're going to lace these through the skis and size them, and then let them set so that they get hard, and then it'll just be it'll be easier to lock in the foot. All right, I'm lacing this through with the rawhide lacing, and I'm going to cut slits here, but I don't want to lose really at least the approximation of where my foot size is going to be. So I'm inserting a cutting board so I don't cut through either the wood if I was to lay it on the wood, or I don't cut through my boot. So I'm going to take a cutting tool and cut a slit right in the middle, and then take the running in here and run it through. Alright, so I've got my foot mold and muckluck bound into the rawhide with slits. And as we walk through the previous pattern, so I can at least get enough length, I started with this end, and that's got a slit through it, going down, then coming up and through this loop here, and then back down and up. And then I created a slit and ran this running in around and through this slit and around the heel, created another slit, and then ran it through and around, and this is where I tied it off. So what I want to do is let this set as is, and until it hardens or dries a little bit. This is my first time doing it, and I've worked a little bit of rawhide and leather, and did some brain tanning. So there may be a chance where I need to work this a little bit. The holes, the slits here, I may have to take a hole punch and put a hole punch right at the ends so that they don't run off and split even further. But this cowhide is pretty dense and tough, very strong, and so these bindings are going to be fairly tough, and so this is going to allow my foot, my heel, to move, as you can see, in this particular way that is laced in. So this is essentially how I'm going to lace these mucklucks, or my feet, into the wooden skis. So here we have the rawhide bindings all laced into the wood skis here that I made up north a few weeks back. It's going to be interesting to see. A couple of things. I'm not quite sure how the bindings are going to hold up, first of all. I'm pretty sure they will, but what I'm concerned about is being able to lace and relace them back up, because I know rawhide gets pretty hard. They showed a video about the northern Chinese, very north, almost Mongolian ethnic group called the Altai that used and made primitive skis, and they sort of laced their feet into their skis this way. But they also had a way that they really kind of worked the rawhide. So I want to see. I'm going to unlace these and let them dry straight and see if there's a way I can work them so that they're a little bit more softer. But then at the same time, I'm apprehensive because I know that this is skin, will stretch. And the holes that I've cut in here and here may not be relevant when I try to lace them back up. So we'll see. Maybe just regular or plain old, vegetable tan leather may work if that doesn't work out. But that's all it is about, is learning, and we'll see what happens. So I think one I will take out and try and work it, and then one I'll leave in and see if I can just kind of slide in and out.